So why is flossing important? Now, this is a question that I get from my patients probably on a regular basis. Now, being a dental assistant, giving oral health instructions is part of what I do every day, pretty much. So, with that said, I go over the brushing and I go over the flossing, and I could tell you that patients can get down the brushing part very easily. Now, when it comes to flossing, not very many people do it, especially not religiously. So, flossing is very important, and I want people to understand. I want our patients to understand, and I just want people in general to understand how the importance of flossing. So, flossing does help prevent cavities in between your teeth, and that's somewhere that the toothbrush can get into. So, that is where flossing comes in. But this is starting to become a big issue with patients not flossing. Now, I'm not a big fan of flossing myself, but it is very important to floss. One is because I don't want to get cavities, and two is because I know and understand what could happen if I don't floss. So, flossing not only helps prevent cavities, like I mentioned, but also helps with health issues that a person may have. Say, for instance, diabetes. Now, if you are a diabetic patient or just a person in general, you would need to keep your mouth clean. You would need to have very good oral hygiene. Now, flossing is where this is going to have to take place in keeping a really good oral health. Now, what happens with after a while, if you don't floss, the plaque stays. It begins, to form into tartar, and tartar is what begins to eat up your bone, and your bone is what sustains your teeth. So eventually, after a while, if you don't have any bone, then you won't have any teeth left. So then you begin to have loose teeth, and most of them start from the back side of your mouth, which would be your chewing surface, your teeth that you use to chew. And those are really important, just as much as the front are. But my main point is that if you don't floss, you will begin to develop what is called periodontal disease. Now, this comes in different stages, and it starts with gingivitis. It begins to progress and becomes to an advanced periodontal disease, and that's where you begin to lose your teeth because they loosen up after a while. So it's important to get a good cleaning. It's important to see your dentist every 6 months for a cleaning. Get in for your checkups so you don't have to go through this process. It's a very silent process, and but it can happen if you don't floss. So it's very important. And one of the articles that I read, the Pennsylvania Dental Association and the American Dental Association were very concerned, and they were concerned about the flossing not being part of like a dietary, routine for each person, because it can lead to health conditions, because gum disease leads to health conditions. Now, the whole purpose of this informative speech is to actually motivate people to floss their teeth and to understand the importance, and maybe seek guidance and ask more questions when you do go to the dental office, and to see where you're at as far as your overall oral health. Now, this with this saying, and I just want to end with just letting you know that brushing is great, and I'm glad that everyone does it. Most people do it all the time, every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. But flossing is what's going to help you maintain a good oral health, that good healthy gum, and prevent any other health conditions that could occur whether you already have a current health condition like diabetes or you don't, but in the long run there is big effects for it. So is flossing important? Yes, flossing is very important, and not only to prevent caries, but for so many other reasons. And the main one is to keep good gum health, and also a good health in general. So I hope this was very informative for you, and I was very happy to share this because this is what I do every day. Thank you.